My third stay in Kenya was in Diani, Mombasa, and just thinking about it makes me so excited. Gosh, I loved Diani, Mombasa. I have been before, but I think so by the way, it's extremely hot in Mombasa. That's one of the most fascinating things about Kenya, but the fact that it can be very cold in somewhere like Naivasha and Nairobi, and then you go to Mombasa and it is hot. It is so hot that if you walk in that sun for a beach, you could get sick. I did. I almost got sick from walking in the sun. But yeah, I think because of the sun at this time, because of the weather at this time, something really magical happened to the ocean. The color was amazing. It was beautiful. It was eye candy for me. It was eye candy for me. But let me not get distracted. So from Nairobi to Mombasa, I took a train. The train goes right through Tsavo National Park. So if you're very observant, you actually see some animals while you're on the train. The last time I was here, I traveled by air. But this time around, I decided to try the train. Number one, because obviously it's just cheaper. It was cheaper. So the flight, while the return flight cost me about $60 to $80. Then the train return is $20. So it's a no-brainer. But because I traveled economy. I think next time I'll actually try the first class. I found the economy too. I mean, it was comfortable, but there were too many people. I didn't particularly enjoy it personally. I think maybe if I had done the first class of business, maybe I would have enjoyed it a little more. But yeah, I didn't like it. Was the seats were comfortable. It wasn't as if it was crowded it wasn't as if it was crowded, but it was just I don't like it was too many people. Too many people shouting, kids talking, raising their voices, and sometimes on those rides you just want some quiet. I didn't get that. So, but I think that's probably a me thing. Yeah. So next time I'll probably do first class. The difference isn't that much. So and then I got to Mombasa. From Mombasa, I took a ferry to Diani. It's very that ferry was. I mean, it's not easy to get to Diani, by the way, from mainland Mombasa, but it's worth it. I took a ferry, and then I got to Diani. I stayed at this beautiful. I know I said I was going to try unique stays, but if you are going to Diani, just book a resort, please, so that you have direct access to the beach. I think that's about the only way to see Diani. So I booked a beautiful 5-star resort, Southern Palms. It was really lovely. The views from that resort, the room itself, it was lovely. So if you have a honeymoon coming up, or if you just want a vacation, I think you should definitely consider Diani, Mombasa. I loved it, hands down. Afterwards, I stayed in another Airbnb, really nice as well, but the weather was hot. I think one of the reasons why I really was looking forward to leaving Mombasa was because it was very hot. So I couldn't wait to come back to Nairobi. So I stayed in Mombasa for 1 week, and then after that I was back in Nairobi. Yeah. Okay, so as I said earlier, getting to Diani from mainland Mombasa, we had to go with a ferry. That took us almost about 2 hours. just because of the traffic, essentially. So this is a resort tour of Southern Palms Beach Resort. I loved this hotel. I love this hotel so much. As you can see, those views are just to die for. My room was actually a pool view room, but I also had the opportunity to also just take a tour of the other rooms, like, you know, the beachfront rooms as well, which you're also going to see in this video. Now, the thing I loved most about this resort was how big the pool was. When I say big, I mean it was like the whole resort, the whole grounds of the property was covered in pool. So you could actually just pick a corner for yourself and swim there and have all the privacy in the world. Anyway, that was the beachfront room. I got distracted with too much talking. You can see how blue this water is. My goodness, I was bamboozled. Yeah, so it was just really lovely at this resort. And that's me just feeling sexy, you know. So yeah, well, I'm doing all of this voiceover because I've been struck for copyright claims for music that I have used in the past, and I just thought, well, you know what, I think people will probably not mind listening to my voice until I sort out the whole until I figure out the music, the whole free music, or being able to buy music legitimately from YouTube. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I would really appreciate if you do that. So yeah, bye. Let me tell you something. Kenya is that kid in high school who's very quiet, who just goes her own way, and nobody really knows what she's about. But when you get to know her, when you make the effort to get to know her, you find out that she is really one of the cool kids. She's one of the cool she's one of the cool kids. If you don't get to know her, if you don't get closer to her, you won't know. You find out she has everything. At some point you look at her and you think she's probably cooler than all the other cool kids. Yeah, Kenya is that country that's easy to underestimate if you haven't been. You just keep thinking, oh, it's just Kenya. Oh, it's just Kenya. Oh, no, it's not just Kenya. I thought Kenya was all that and so much more. And it's a country that I'm sure I'm going to come back to. It's not a country I intend to visit one-off and just not come back. I intend to keep coming back until I've explored everywhere, because there was still Mount Kenya. I didn't go to Mount Kenya. I didn't go to Masai Mara on this trip. I mean, there just even after Naivasha, I didn't go to Nakuru. There were just so many other places. I didn't get to Eldoret. I want to go everywhere there is, because Kenya is just that place where there's something for everybody everywhere. You know, so yeah. And then for the coastal regions, I didn't go to Watamu, I didn't go to Malindi, I didn't go to Lamu, and I am coming back to go to all those places until I'm done. You know, but for now I have to say my goodbyes. Thank you for watching this video. I know that I went a little bit on and on.